Peace. This is a Meat Potato Sorcery production starring myself, the Water Alchemist, and today's topic for the occult family is banishments and exorcism. So I want to give you some tips on how you can do both banishing as well as exorcism. And I also want to offer some warnings as well. So with no further delay, let's get into the video. Like, share, subscribe. And for those on my channel, thank you for all the support. The Kobe Bryant of magic is going to keep it coming. So when you're dealing with banishments, one of the questions that I used to get when this channel first started was the question of circles. I don't use circles, never have. Now, if you're really starting out and for your esteem and to grow in the craft, you can create a circle visually, or you can do something simpler. You can use the lesser banishing ritual technique, which is from the Golden Dawn, or my angelic diamond technique, which is in my playlist, and you can have the angels do that. Also, I want to talk about the importance of camphor. Camphor is something that can ward off succubus, incubi, or other negative spirits. And also, camphor is good whether you get the oil, the candle, or what I have, camphor incense right here. That's good for cleansing, banishing negative spirits, but allowing positive spirits as well as positive energy to remain. That's why that's very important. So you can get camphor, and that's good. And also, camphor is good for stabilizing and grounding the Muladhara, or the root chakra. So that's why camphor is good. And another thing that you can do also, and this is very underdeveloped by a lot of people, but I'm going to say it. Make sure you take a bath or a shower before you're trying to evoke spirits. Now, there's a particular story. I remember when I was living in Harlem, and I was living with this one gentleman. He was originally from the Bronx. He moved to Harlem. And I can't believe I'm telling this story. But he worked at the sanitation department. Don't know how, but he did. And I was talking to one of my family members. I'm like, yo, you need to talk to him, man. Like, really, what's wrong with him? It's like he smells bad. And one day he come home, and I had to do everything to refrain from laughing. He said, yo, man, everybody in my job, man, most of them be telling me I stink. And I'm looking at him like, you do? What? That's a 1-to-1 correlation. You do smell. And the reason also you should also be up on your hygiene is because you can attract parasitic or negative energies to latch on to you. I ended up having to do a ritual or exorcism on the same gentleman because why? He did not take his hygiene serious. Now I want to say this about salt. You have to be careful with salt because it is good. You can use salt and put it in your bath, or you can put salt and let your feet, which is a gateway for a lot of spirits. You can let your feet touch the salt while you're showering. But you got to be careful with salt. And the reason that you have to be careful with it, because yes, it will repel negative spirits and entities, but it'll keep out good ones as well. That's why you have to be careful with kosher salt / sea salt. And when you want to cleanse your tools, like I have an athamate right here. This is what you can do. You can take your athamate and sit it in a bowl of salt, and that will cleanse it. And then you leave it out all night. But in the morning, though, what you do is you can sit your athamate or any of your magical tools out in the sunlight, and that will replenish and recharge said items. So it's very important when you do this work, you're serious, but it's more important, and I want to offer this as well, don't be spooky. Be cautious, but don't just go in the thing, with a sense of paranoia, because a lot of people sometimes see something and they think everything that happens around them is spiritual, and that's not always the case. So you do banishing as needed. You can use salt, but know how to use it and why to use it. You get camphor, you can use that. And Also cleanse your items, maybe your pendulum, you can leave that in sea salt, or you can cleanse it in a Tibetan bowl, a singing bowl, because, you know, that's some things, like I said, do it when you feel that it's needed to be done, but don't make it into some ritual. Don't do that. So those are some tips that I wanted to give you about that. And if you also, lastly, if you feel that someone has tried to really jump in your physical body, you can call on the Archangel Michael. And you have to be firm with some of these spirits, because you can banish a spirit really just with the power of your will. And you have to be firm, because some spirits out here, I'm gonna be honest with you, they will try you. So you have to realize if this happens, you have to jump on it right then, right there. Because you have to, I look at it like this. People say, well, you have to be positive. Yeah, I'm positive. I'm positive that I ain't going to let nobody, man or spirit, disrespect me. I'm positive about that. So that's some things I wanted to share. So with that, that is your meat and potato sorcery for the day. I am the Water Alchemist. Be water, my friends. Peace.